Creativity changes the everyday. Creativity is beautiful. Creativity is active. Creativity is freedom. Alpha NEX5 debut.
Sony.
Well, Charles Lini, I know this is a little bit dark here and there's a lot of music playing in the background and so on, but I know the Lini name is an iconic name in Vanuatu because your father was one of the founders of Vanuatu as we know it today, in a sense, okay, after the independence and so on. Tell me a little bit about the history of your dad and then we'll talk about tourism Vanuatu.
Okay, well, my father is one of the founders of the Vanuatu's independence.
Yeah.
In 1974, he was elected as the president of the then Vanuatu Party, with the pro-independence movement.
Yeah.
And he led the party until 1979 elections.
Wow.
And was voted in as the chief minister before Vanuatu became independent. And on the eve of Independence Day, 30 July 1980, on the eve at 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock,
yeah.
He swore in as the first Prime Minister.
Wow, amazing. So, you know, you're now the chairman of Tourism Vanuatu, okay?
Yes.
With tourism a really important part of driving the economy of Vanuatu, so he must be very proud. I know he's not with us any longer, but he'd be very proud of you in this role now because of the importance of tourism. So tell me about the importance of tourism to Vanuatu and about your work in that and your role as chairman.
Thank you. I think before tourism, I know that when Vanuatu became independent, the priority sector was agriculture. There were a lot of focus and concentration in that sector and the development part until tourism became what it is now in Vanuatu.
Yeah.
But tourism has always been in Vanuatu.
Yeah.
Because of the people and its culture, and it's because of its situation, it's situated in the South Pacific as well. It is a tourism region or a tourist region, and we have been receiving cruise ships, and we have been receiving visitors here since the first missionaries came.
And even before that in canoes, you know?
Yes, in canoes as well, yes.
So what's your vision for tourism in Vanuatu as chairman? You know, the chairman is a non-executive role, so you're not sort of hands-on in managing the organisation. You've got a very capable CEO or general manager running the organisation. But what's your vision? What do you want to see happen for in relation to tourism in Vanuatu and how that impacts on the people of Vanuatu?
Well, the same as any other commodities, tourism as a service commodity is very much in the stage whereby we need to make more awareness, more promotion, and at the end of the day, more participation by the Vanuatu in the tourism industry, in the tourism business. In a few years ago, the government declared one of the years as the year of tourism.
Yeah.
And it also came up with a slogan of saying that tourism is everybody's business.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and that has actually moved tourism from one level to another and to what it is now for Vanuatu. But I have to say that in the last, in a few years back, tourism had a drop in Vanuatu.
Yeah.
And
the reason for that was?
And the reason of that was more to do with the funding and the resources.
Yeah, okay.
And then when I came in as chairman in December of 2010, it was at the same time we came to the end of the contract for the then general manager.
Yeah.
And we went through the advertisement of the position, and we decided to take back Linda, who had over 20 years in the tourism industry, or in the Vanuatu Tourism Office.
She's excellent too.
She went out to the private sector and had more scores against his card in the private sector, and then we decided that because of his passion as well for the tourism in Vanuatu, that she be the candidate to be the general manager. And from then on, she hasn't, and the Vanuatu Tourism Office hasn't yet stopped of trying to promote and make sure that Vanuatu increases or becomes one of the best destinations in the Pacific.
Now you mentioned marketing. Okay, what about product development and development of hotels and resorts and infrastructure?
In Vanuatu, we have a structure whereby the marketing is done by the Vanuatu Tourism Office, and the tourism development is looked after by the Department of Tourism under the Ministry of Tourism. And at the moment, I know that there are a lot of projects, and there's a lot of negotiations, and they've also already been projects been endorsed by donor partners to look into infrastructures, and especially the wharf, and just ensuring that we do develop our infrastructures to meet the expectations of tourists and the demand that we're now receiving and what we want to receive, want to see in the future to come. At the same time, Vanuatu Tourism Office has been working very well in partnership with the Vanuatu Investment Promotion Authority. We have just put forward to the Ministry of Tourism a proposal that should be taken up by this government or the next, the proposal of creating a tourism precinct within Port Vila. Just to make sure that we can invite and advertise and invite the interest of investors into accommodation facilities and also other businesses that relate to tourism as well.
Excellent.
The accommodation level in Vanuatu at the moment, I think the highest is maybe a 4-star. And we are now looking out to actually trying to get 5- and 6-star groups as well, international groups into Vanuatu.
Brilliant. Well, Charles, look, thank you very much for your time. Wonderful time. You've got a great GM, okay? And one of the tips I'd say to you, traveling around the world continuously, is I've just spent the day in Tanna and yesterday in Tanna, and I experienced some of the most authentic tourism experiences and real. These were real people. These aren't tourist people dressed up, you know. These are real people. And we went to one village where there were 6 vehicles there, and I think they thought it was a traffic jam. You know, they were so genuine. So please try and keep that genuine nature. And I wish you all the very best in your role as chairman of Vanuatu Tourism.
Thank you very much.